Hello, class, and welcome to the course Professional Communication and Rhetoric. I am Professor Dr. Neil Soggie. Easiest way to remember how to pronounce my name is to think of a stogie cigar. Or you can call me Dr. Neil, that's what most people do, or simply Neil. I'm thrilled to have you here in this course, and I am confident that you will have a fantastic time learning about professional communication, particularly in the professional setting of social and community service organizations. What we will be exploring within this course is how to be an effective communicator, how to use the art of rhetoric in being the kind of professional that you desire to be and to build your professional presence within the service fields. I believe that this course will provide you with the theory and the practice to be an effective communicator and to move you forward in your career. A little bit about myself before we dive into the course. I am a researcher and practitioner in the field of psychology, and I bring over 3 decades of experience to the table. I have a PhD in psychology and an additional 9 degrees. Currently, I serve as a faculty member at the NSRIC and the University of Prince Edward Island. I have held academic appointments across Canada at various institutions such as St. FX University, Brandon University, University of Saskatchewan, Southern Alberta Institute of Technology, and Kwantlen Polytechnic University, to name a few. Now, beyond simply working in academia, I have worked in the fields of social and community service work, and I am constantly committed to acknowledging and recognizing the skills of my peers. And so one of the things that I have done in the past is I have served as a member of the National Professional Awards Committee of the American Counseling Association. And I hope that highlights my dedication to advancing the field of social service and recognizing the achievements of my peers. One of my areas of specialization is in the area of existential phenomenological psychology and meaning-based psychotherapy. And one of my most recent books, entitled Logotherapy, Viktor Frankl, Life and Work, highlights my interest in this area and my promotion of the field. In today's lecture, we will be exploring a little bit of the expectations of this course, as well as where this course fits into the entire program. We will also be exploring what is professional communication and why does professional communication matter. So let's start off by exploring a little bit about this course and where it fits into the overall program of social and community service worker. This course of professional communication and rhetoric is in the foundational level courses. The first prerequisite course for the program is Introduction to Psychology, which is 20 hours. And then we have Professional Communication and Rhetoric, which is also 20 hours. Other courses included in the foundational level courses are courses like Human Development, Theory and Practice, Basic Counseling Skills, and Holistic Wellness. Each are 20 hours. Once we move past the foundational level courses, we get into other courses in the intermediate level, and the courses above the foundational level are all 25 hours. Some courses in the intermediate level are courses like Career and Employment Counseling and Guidance, Public Speaking and Leading Groups, Critical Thinking and Professional Behavior, and finally, Professional Ethics, Documentation, and Intake Processes. Following the intermediate level, there is an advanced level, and this includes courses that are 25 hours. The first of these advanced courses is History of Mental Health Theory and Practice, followed by Health Psychology and Addictions, followed by Counseling Theory and Practice, and culminating in Psychopathology and Interventions. And then finally, there is the highest level within this program, which is the professional level, and the courses here are fairly advanced, and they are 25-hour courses. The first course is Marriage and Family Therapy and Work. The next course is Crisis Counseling and Intervention. The third course is Human Resilience and Advanced Counseling Techniques. And the final course is Human Sexuality and Relationship Counseling. And in the midst of all of that, each one of these sections is worth 100 hours. And so there is a great deal of training that you can do to gain the kinds of skills that you will need to work within the field of social and community service work. As far as this particular course, this is a 20-hour course that introduces students to the basic skills required to communicate effectively in a professional community and social service setting. The focus of this course will be on the primary forms of professional writing like emails, cover letters, resumes, proposals, public presentations, and program reports. A little bit about the basic structure within this course. What we will be looking at is, as far as the overall assessments, because everyone always wants to know about the assessments, there are simply 2 quizzes, and these quizzes are largely multiple choice, although they are time limited. And just a reminder that with each one of these quizzes, they are worth 50% of your mark. However, you will have up to 3 attempts, and your highest mark will be retained to make up your mark. So don't let these quizzes overwhelm you with stress. Yes, you do need to engage in the previous lectures in order to be successful at these quizzes, but these quizzes are not there to make life difficult for you, but simply to assess your learning up to that point. So, what can you look for within this course? Well, we start off with our course introduction in this lecture. The next module will be Writing with Purpose, followed by Grammar and Essentials. The 4th module will be Email Etiquette, where we explore how to write a professional email. The 5th lecture will be Phone Etiquette. And the 6th lecture will be Social Media Etiquette. And the 7th lecture will be Texting Etiquette. And the 8th lecture will be Writing a Basic Cover Letter. Lecture 9 will be a review on that portion of the course, and following that review, you can complete quiz number 1, which is worth 50%. And just a reminder, you do have 3 attempts at that quiz. Then we come to Lecture 10, which will involve an introduction to business plans. Lecture 11 will be an exploration of the people section of the business plan. Lecture 12 will be exploring business plans and how to use them. Lecture 13 will be minutes and Robert's rules for conducting an organized meeting. Lecture 14 will be memos and minutes. Lecture 15 will be service documentation and shift communication. Lecture 16 will be reports and executive summaries. Lecture 17 will be exploring leadership and rhetoric and the importance of rhetoric within leadership. Lecture 18 will be a rhetorical analysis of different ways that rhetoric can be used within the social and community service work organizations. Lecture 19 will be focused upon developing your own professional presence and developing a good professional reputation. And Lecture 20 will be a review of the second half of the course. And then, of course, we have our quiz number 2, again, worth 50% of your final mark. So let's dive in and explore just a little bit of professional communication and rhetoric. So today we'll be discussing why professional communication matters. As future social and community service workers, you will be responsible for communicating effectively with a wide range of individuals and groups, including clients and colleagues and supervisors. And the way you communicate can have a significant impact on the success of your work and the well-being of the people you serve. So let's start out by defining professional communication. Professional communication really refers to the exchange of information, of ideas and messages in a formal setting, typically within a workplace or professional environment. This includes written, verbal, and nonverbal communication, as well as the ability to adapt your communication style to different situations and different audiences. In a social service setting, professional communication is essential for building relationships with clients, collaborating with colleagues and supervisors, and conveying important information. So let's take a closer look at some concrete examples of how professional communication might be used in a social service setting. Let's start off by thinking in terms of active listening, and we'll come back to this theme throughout this course. But what is active listening? Well, active listening is essentially one of the most foundational communication skills because it's using your ears. Now remember, you have one mouth and two ears, so you should be listening twice as much as you're talking. This essential communication skill really involves paying close attention to what someone is saying and responding appropriately. In a social service setting, active listening is particularly important because it can help you to build trust with clients and ensure that their needs are being met. For example, if a client is expressing concerns about their housing situation, an effective social service worker will listen carefully and respond empathetically to their concerns. Then there's written communication. And written communication is another essential component of professional communication. And in social service settings, written communication might include things like emails or memos or reports and client files. And so effective written communication needs to be clear, it needs to be concise and tailored to the audience. For example, when writing a report for a supervisor, a social service worker will need to provide a detailed analysis of their work while using clear and concise language that is easy to understand. Then there are nonverbal communications. And nonverbal communications really include things like our body language, our facial expression, and our tone of voice. And this is especially important in social service settings because nonverbal communication can be particularly important in conveying things like empathy and understanding. So, for example, when working with a client who has experienced trauma, a social service worker might use a gentle tone of voice and open body language to communicate their support and their understanding. And then, of course, adaptability needs to be part of professional communication. Particularly with social service workers, there needs to be the ability to communicate effectively with people from diverse backgrounds and with varying communication styles. And this might involve adapting your communication style to meet the needs of a particular client, or using different communication strategies to convey information to colleagues with different communication preferences. In essence, professional communication is a critical component of social service work. Effective communication skills, including active listening, clear written communication, nonverbal communication, and adaptability, can help build relationships with clients, collaborate with their colleagues and supervisors, and convey important information. So by developing your professional communication skills, you can become a more effective and a more successful professional in the field of social service work. And this, of course, will make a positive impact not only on you in your professional life, but in the lives of those that you serve. And that's really what it's all about. So we're going to pause there and let you take a little bit of a break, and we will come back and close out this lecture with a little bit more information about what we will be doing within this course. I'll see you in a little while. You take care. Bye-bye.